Officially, we good to go?
Official?
Okay.
I love
now,
it when a player
for the record, because we might have a couple of new viewers, I do not hate LeBron James. Do not hate LeBron James. Do not hate LeBron James.
Do not hate LeBron James.
Brought this on was, and we didn't see the whole video, but if you watch the whole thing, kid after kid in line ahead of LeBron in the shooting game made jump shot after jump shot, and LeBron continued to LeBrick after LeBrick until finally turn and his time to live up to being a back-to-back MVP and the most talented player this game has ever seen. And this time, he wasn't even LeBron James. He was Alfred James. This was just pathetic. I mean, come on. I was rooting for Miami, and I wanted another commercial where LeBron says, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a clutch gene, because he doesn't have any clutch gene. We saw it. It was the all-time pathetic performance. He scores 2 late points on a... I have said exactly what Michael said, sitting here about 15 times over the last year. I've repeatedly called LeBron James the fake MJ, Prince James. But finally, it came from the real king's mouth, from Michael's mouth.
Let me ask you this. You said that you know, he's not the next MJ. Have you ever heard LeBron say that he wanted to be the next MJ?
All he did was choose to wear number 23 and choose to carry on the powder throwing routine.
Any kid
yes, he thought he was better.
Want to wear Jordan's number?
No,
he thought he was better.
He thought he was ready to outdo Michael Jordan. That's what he thought coming in. Trust me on this. And it got so bad, he finally came to the realization, the stark reality between the eyes, that he was a Robin in search of a Batman, that he not only chose not to go to Chicago and live under Jordan's shadow, but he went to Dwayne Wade so that he can win at least 1 ring. And I think he will. And I don't blame him for that.
Won a ring in Chicago?
No way. He would have gone right back into the same Cleveland syndrome.
55%.
55%? That's all you're going to give him?
Dwayne Wade played better than him. Chris Bosh played better than him. He didn't show up, or yeah, he showed up, but he didn't deliver. All I'm saying is you can't overlook the fact that Dallas shot 68% from 3.
Let me finally conclude. The most overrated stat in all of sports is the triple-double. And that was the most overrated triple-double in the history of the NBA because it had no impact on the game. I agree he made some nice passes, so did Dwayne Wade. And Tim Duncan won 5 rings with only 1 finals loss thanks to Ray Allen. After LeBron James down the stretch turned it over 3 times in the last 3 minutes, missed the tying 3, long rebound, Chris Bosh, boom, into the corner to Ray Allen. Money. LeBron James is the most protected superstar in sports history, that he was allowed to get away with what he did yesterday.
What did he do?
He sat there for, how long did it go? Maybe an hour? It seemed like it went on an hour.
When he walk out, you get mad. He give you a conversation for an hour, you get mad. What you want from him?
I didn't get mad. It just turns my stomach when all these blind witnesses, like, try to delude themselves and the basketball public into believing that LeBron James is better than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Who would win a one-on-one game between those two?
Michael Jordan's 85.
LeBron James. He should have taken that game over. Okay,
you don't make any sense. You're
now
not
let's get to just last year. And you've been on this soapbox all year long. Games 4, 5, and 6 against the Dallas Mavericks disappeared, ran from the basketball, wanted no part of the pressure of trying to close out an inferior Dallas Mavericks team. LeBron publicly and say, oh yeah, he's a top 5 and all the quotes. They're great quotes, and Doc's great with that. I'm just not sure I'm buying into it. But let's accept him at face value.
Face value.
All right, and let's say I'm looking at the top 5, and I say there's no way that LeBron James belongs above. I'll just throw out 5 players to you. Michael Jordan, enough said. Magic Johnson, enough said. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 6 rings and 6 MVPs. I think we'll let that rest. Bill Russell, 11 rings in 12 tries. That's pretty great. And then my man Tim Duncan, 5 rings with only 1 finals loss to a man who just announced his official retirement, Ray Allen, who saved LeBron's legacy by hitting the greatest clutch shot I've ever seen.
Stop it, Skip. Get to the topic. LeBron top five. Don't mention Ray Allen.
All right, but I'm just saying it took that shot to cost Tim Duncan. They had won the game. It was over. Tim Duncan was going to go 6 for 6 in the finals without that one shot from Ray Allen.
What about the 2 shots that Curry and Paxson hit for Jordan?
Okay, but again, 6 rings.
You see what he did, Jordan? You see what he did? Go ahead.
Okay,
you know what? I'm going to interrupt you.
You know what? Michael Jordan pulled him aside in the huddle and said, "You're going to hit this shot. I'm going to give you the ball because they're going to double me on the last possession." So again, that's all from Michael Jordan. And I thought it showed even less class to duck the media after the game than to duck Dwight Howard's handshake, because he left the guys he had called all along his complimentary players to face the music after the game. No class there and no class on the court. Didn't surprise me. So all I ever hear is what LeBron does, but nobody wants to bring up what he didn't do, where he miserably failed. May I count the ways? You've watched
his
closely.
third year in the league, he failed.
Well,
the third year in the league, he
just
failed.
Last year in Cleveland against Boston, second round of the playoffs, it was, where did LeBron go? He disappeared. His entourage had to put out the story that he was medicated.
Wait a minute.
So then LeBron left Dan Gilbert and he took his talents to South Beach and he joined forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Pat Riley.
Right.
And what happened right away? What happened in the first finals?
They lost.
LeBron melted down the way we've never seen a superstar melt down in the history of sports. The guy that people are saying is the best player on the planet revealed himself to be the mentally weakest superstar we've ever seen. Would that have been Kobe? Would Kobe have allowed that to happen in an NBA Finals?
No, Kobe.
You know and I know it would not have happened.
Kobe would just blow a 3-1 lead to Phoenix. But hold on.
You're saying he's a first ballot Hall of Famer just because he's about to be a three-time MVP?
Skip Bayless.
Are you kidding me?
Just recline in your grandfather's chair and sip on some latte or something and just listen.
Yeah, I don't think
He had 9 turnovers, so I'll give you that.
Hold on. Time
He was
out.
a disaster in the fourth quarter of that game. A disaster.
Okay, we're going to leave it right
I
there.
watched it with these two lazy, repaired eyes.
27, 19,
Oh,
and 10.
please.
How was that awful?
You know what happened in that fourth quarter.
Why do you hate LeBron?
I like LeBron.
You hate LeBron.
I do not. I think he's actually a very nice guy. In fact, I think he's too nice of a guy.
Okay.
You know, I wish he had a little more basketball killer in him. I don't think he has enough.